नमस्ते सम्पूर्ण भाइ बहिनीहरू। आज हामी भर्चुअल क्लास अन्तर्गत चाहिँ क्लास 10 को फोर्स टपिक युनिट 1 फिजिक्स अन्तर्गतको सुरु गर्न गइरहेका छौँ। एन्ड इट force, the word we are being used from our lower classes, and we have got a mind that a term force that we spell means like pulling, pushing. We have got in our mind like for various purposes we apply the forces, like while opening door, closing, and so we consider it as a pulling or pushing. But in higher classes, what we understand that the pull or push is not just a force. The one that we should consider is that it should bring a change in the state of the body. That means either from rest to motion or motion to rest. So we can define the force as an external agent or agency that bring change in its state, or it tries to change the state. Like we can kick the ball from that is resting on the ground, it comes into the motion by applying the force. So it changes the force from state of rest to the motion. But while we apply the force against the wall, we tries to move it, but it does not change the state. But we have tried. So the force is the agent that we try to change the state, or we change the state from rest to motion or motion to rest. So we can say that force is an external agent that changes or tries to change the state of body. And by the application of the force, the various phases are changes out. Like it can bring the change in the shape and size of the body. Like while we paste toothpaste, while we taking out the toothpaste, the shape can be changed. Like while we kick the ball that is resting on the ground, it comes to the rest. While the cricketer catches the ball, that means the ball that is in the motion, it comes to the rest. So the force is an external agent that changes or tries to change the state of the body. We can define it. But various types of forces are studied, like magnetic force, muscular force. But our whole sole concentration in class 10 is related with the gravitational force. And the gravitational force means the mutual force of attraction between any two objects that exist in the universe. That may be within you and me, that may be between two houses. So it is the applicable in all the universe, and including that factors like some facts that we daily observe, like the satellites, planets, they revolve around the sun in their own orbit due to the mutual force of attraction between them, and that we consider it as a gravitation. But before many years, if we look after the history, it is considered that the earth is at the center, and other heavenly bodies like sun that revolves around the earth, similarly the satellites, planets that also revolve around the earth. And it was considered by the Greek philosophers, priests before 16th century, and this theory or the model we call as a geocentric theory or model. In this model, the earth exists at the center and other heavenly bodies revolve around them. But later, the scientists Nicolaus Copernicus has propounded that this concept is wrong, and the thing is that the sun lies at the center and other planets, satellites including the earth revolves around it in their own elliptical orbit. And actually this theory, the propounded by Nicolaus Copernicus, is called heliocentric model. And for that purpose, he was punished by that Greek philosopher priest, because that was against their religions. And later on, Galileo has also shown by its telescope that the 4 satellites revolving around the Jupiter, and to support the theory given by Nicolaus Copernicus. And that the theory now we are studying here. The sun is a huge mass. The total mass, including the earth and other planets of our solar system, the total mass will be just 0.0015 times, is just a part of the sun if you sum up all the masses. भनेको मैले यदि अर्थ, मुन, त्यस्तै जुपिटर सबै प्लानेट्सहरुको मासलाई एडेड गर्दा पनि सनको 80 पार्ट मात्र हुन्छ. So the sun is very much heavy, very much large, and the other planets including the earth, Jupiter, Mars revolve around the sun in their own elliptical orbit because they have got a mutual force of attraction. And that we call the gravitations. And the gravitational force are observed morely on the liquid bodies. Like we can observe the tides in the oceans due to the gravitational force of sun, moon in our earth. And one observatory factor that we should consider is that we do not observe the tides in our lakes like Phewa Lake, Rara Lake. We do not observe, and that point is to be considered, and later on we discuss on that question that I have arise, that is why we do not observe the tides in our Phewa Lake, but we can observe the tides in ocean. That questions, please notice this question, and again we will discuss on the same topic, and today just I am keeping this question only. And regarding this gravitational force, Sir Isaac Newton in 1687 he had propounded one law, Newton's universal law of gravitation, and others law, that Newton's law of motions we have already studied in class 10s. And according to the Newton's universal law of gravitation, it states that every body in our universe attracts another body with a force, and that force we call a gravitation, and which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between their centers. So according to that statement, if we consider a two body, suppose this is M1, this is M2, that means the first body has the mass M1 and second body has the mass M2, and if we suppose that the distance between their center is D, so according to the statements, these two are the body that exists in our universe, and they have the mass M1 and M2, and they are separated at a distance d from their centers. So according to this statement, the force among them is gravitational force between them is directly proportional. That we have already known this sign, the proportionality sign that we have used in class 9 also. So the gravitational force is directly proportional to the product of masses, and these two body has the mass m1 and m2. So the force will be directly proportional to their product of masses if we keep the distance between them constant. And next statement, if we break down, that is inversely proportional to the square of distance between their centers. Here the distance between them is d, so inversely proportional to the square of distance. So according to this Newton's statement, the force produced between these two bodies will be directly proportional to the product of their masses. So that means if the masses between them is extremely large, then the mutual force of attraction that is produced between them is maximum. Like before also I gave example that the mass should be extremely large. Like before I have told that the tides are not observed in our lake, like Phewa Lake, Rara Lake, because they are huge, but in comparison to the oceans, they are extremely low, extremely small. They are negligible masses, so the force is not observable in the water masses that exist in our Phewa Lake and Rara Lake. But oceans have larger masses, so there is observable, and the distance is same because that both exist on our surface of the earth, and if the distance is constant, then the force produced between them is directly proportional to their product of masses. So we observe tides in the ocean when the sun and the moon comes in a straight line. So the height of the tides that arise in the oceans are large during the full moon or new moon day, because at that time the sun and the moon, they lies in the same straight lines, so their mutual force of attraction are added up, so the tides rises to the more height than other days. And due to that factors, we do not notice the forces. Like when we go out from the houses, we again come back to our home, because we have got this mutual force of attraction between the house and us. Similarly, we go for meeting our friends, again we depart, and again we come to our home. That means we have got some mutual force. So this mutual force exists in every object that exists in our universe, that may be microscopic, that may be macroscopic, or that may be in the celestial bodies or in the terrestrial bodies. So this law is mentioned as universal law, that because it exists all over our universe. So this is the third topic that we have discussed on the force, and it is just our introductory class. And furthermore, we again discuss on upcoming classes. I hope you will enjoy and you will recall for the SE preparing students. And today I want to give you some tasks that please recite these points and try them to write the Newton's universal law of gravitation by your own words. So telling that, I want to depart from here. Namaste.